Hey everybody, it's Blue Echo. It's been far too long since I've posted a video, but we're going to start doing it again. We are playing DCS, and this is DCS through an Oculus Quest 2 headset. We're flying the UH-1 Huey, and I'll talk a little bit about the flight controls that I have set up. We'll add a link in the description for the Discord so that you can go and check out some photos of the setup that I made. We are playing on a search and rescue server with DCS here, and the objective is that we are going to take off from this Army field hospital or Army base hospital and go and do a search and rescue mission. Some of those include car accidents, crashed helicopters, rescue missions, and there's a combination of different numbers of injured victims. So you can see 1 unit, 3 units, 4 units. That's the number of victims that are on there. We're actually going to go bearing 226 degrees for 14 kilometers. There's a crashed Huey that's got 8 units. 8 is our capacity that we can pick up. So we're going to get airborne. We're going to fly to 226. It'll be a 14-kilometer trip. And during that time, we'll talk a little bit about the setup. So, glad you're here. Thanks for coming back. Sorry that it's been so long since I've posted any YouTube videos. My channel has been largely inactive because almost everything that I did or have been doing has been on Twitch, and it will likely remain that way. Most of my activity is going to be on Twitch, but we'll take clips and we'll take videos and we'll take some different stuff from those live streams and upload them. And I'm sure we'll do some other content as well, just for the YouTube channel, but really getting into DCS and very interested in this, in the VR experience, in flying. I've tried some Microsoft Flight Simulator and done some of those on stream. We did a lot of ARMA with our buddies when they were pretty active in the ARMA 3 SOG Prairie Fire DLC, but everybody got busy, started playing some other games. So ARMA kind of dropped off the regular rotation of the playlist. If you guys haven't already, come on over to twitch.tv/BlueEcho, and there'll be a link in the description. Drop me a follow. You can see when I'm live. We'll be doing a lot more of this type of stuff. The new Apache helicopter is coming out soon. We're gonna definitely get into that. And a few months back, I bought a 3D printer, and I mentioned I'll talk about my controls and stuff like that. I looked at Virpil. I looked at what is it, KB Sim or KVB or KBV? I can't remember the name of the company, but or VKB Sims. And a lot of the helicopter flight controls are very cost prohibitive if you want to get in at a relatively low price point. They're phenomenal quality. Everything that I've heard and seen is an indication that they're really, really good. They last a long time and they're easy to set up and use. But at the time, I kind of was interested in 3D printing, so I'll put a link down in the description as well for a website for the SimChair creator. And what he did is he designed a bunch of stuff in SolidWorks in 3D design applications and built an entire system that you can mount to an IKEA chair. I modified the system a little bit, and I have mine stationary on the floor so my chair can sit in the vicinity or sit inside of a frame with the collective and the cyclic and everything in the proper location. So it's just mounted on some aluminum extrusion on a frame, but it allows me to be able to slide it out of the way, put my chair in the middle of it when I want to use it, and it's kind of modular. It's kind of the way I like it. So I'll put a link down there, but it was quite the experience building it. I'm going to double check where we are at, because we did drift a little bit too far to the west, I believe. So we'll check in on that one and see where we're at. Closest SAR mission, we're looking for the UH-1. It's 214, 6.5 kilometers out. So we'll adjust our heading a little bit. Not too far off track, just a little bit. And yeah, so these controls are awesome. I was flying in Arma, and prior to that in this game with just a Microsoft or Logitech. Hey Mort, how you doing? Logitech controller, and the spring-loaded, you know, return to center made it very difficult to fly helicopters, because you need a lot more fine-tune, and having a short stick that's basically table mounted doesn't give you the ability to make fine adjustments that you would want to do for flying the helicopter. So it's a series of electronics, Arduino parts, 3D printed parts, switches, buttons, and stuff that you can buy from a myriad of different sources. And it's all open source, kind of, here's the plans, here's how you make it, here's the files to print. And I started printing out those items and made my own collective and cyclic and rudder pedals, and it's been working great. I do still want to upgrade to a set of verbal controls or to the VKB sim. Okay, 1 o'clock. That's our crashed UH-1. That's where we're headed. Orange smoke is visible on this server. The when you get in range, they'll pop smoke, so you can kind of locate where they're at. So we're gonna fly over here. We're gonna see where they're at approximately and see if we can't find a clearing to land in. With this search and rescue server, you can hover over a unit that's on the ground. Say they're in the middle of a densely forested area, and you can adjust the length of your rope, and you can actually hover over it. It's really hard. I think I've been able to successfully hover over an area and pick up the injured persons like twice. So really, really difficult. But it is what it is, you know. It's something with more practice I'll get better at it. So I tend to look for, I wonder if we can just pick these guys up and drop them here. I mean, this is an airfield. Let's see if we can't slow ourselves down. Sure we don't VRS right into the ground. Yeah, they're like at the base. Somebody want to run in and grab a cot and pick these guys up? I feel like once we pick them up, it's gonna say, you're here. Thanks for dropping off these 7 injured victims, but we might have to fly them back. So if this were in a remote area, all right, nice landing. 3 of 8, 3 of 8, 4 of 8. So you fly out, pick up your victims here. We've just done 7 of 8. All of them have been picked up. Let's double check where our closest, gotta find my mouse. Flying in VR is difficult. Closest base. All right. Closest base is still back where we came from. 14 kilometers, bearing 046. We'll take off from here and we'll head back that direction. Once we finish landing, assuming we do so successfully, I think we'll call this good. And oh yeah, this this server has SRS, and I know it's not the only solution, but this one's been a little bit easier to set up and control because I can bind hotkeys to it. That radio menu, like picking the different things, I could probably bind buttons on my collective because I've got enough of them to different keys, especially like if I wanted to bind one to F10 to launch that, and then F2 to pull up the closest missions, and F3, we could at least see those things with a couple button presses. I haven't done the binding yet, so it's okay. It is what it is. I think that white smoke over there, I think those are actual fires. On this server, you can, what did I say? We're looking for 046, right? So on this server, you can do search and rescue, which is what we're flying tonight. Or you can do firefighting. But yeah, you got a point. When I click the button, like if I had an F10 key, or I could find it on my keyboard, I could just hit that and I wouldn't have to grab the mouse. There's a way to set up, you know, to do button clicks, and I have some of those mapped for when I want to control things down here. But it never seems to work that I can get the mouse pointer centered in my view. Oh yeah, the refueling. You know, I love doing the I love the rotor wing stuff. I'm sure eventually I will get into some of the other stuff as well, but if you guys are watching this after the fact, Mort says he's been doing refueling and you need the radio for that, and it's tricky. Completely understand where you're coming from there. So I think in future videos that we'll clip from streams or stuff that we make just for YouTube, we'll talk a little more about what's been going on recently since I have been posting. It's been a very long time, but I think my goal is to put some of this Huey and some of the Cobra stuff, once that gets released out, we'll do live streams, and we'll probably do portions of videos or full stream uploads onto YouTube as well. But for now, we're gonna start with this. I was mentioning earlier, VR setup for me has been a struggle. Right now it's running well. This server, it's not very populated. The only really gripe I have is that it's overcast all the time. I don't necessarily like that, especially because I'm trying to give you guys watching this an enjoyable viewing experience. And if it's always rainy, it kind of messes with the enjoyability. Like DCS can look phenomenal, and flying in VR degrades that a little bit, but the immersion and the ability to fly and feel like you're flying with a VR headset on is nothing like, it's like nothing else. I mean, the only thing comparable is track IR, and even with that, a lot of the guys, they'll move their head like this to, you know, look way far left and have the screen kind of pan over there. But in this case, like, I have to look at that ugly dude next to me. I just turn my head and look at it. I think that's our airstrip and base ahead of us. if memory serves me correct. So we're flying, we actually took off from Kutaisi, which is the city that's over there. And we flew out in this direction for a mission. And we've been landing the last couple back at this hospital. So this field hospital or army clinic. And this is our spot. So I'm going to start to shed some altitude and some speed. And we'll get set to come in and hopefully touch down and do a nice, perfect landing. I think we'll squeeze around on the front side like we did last time and land there. There's no other traffic really on the server right now. There could be, but not a lot of people are on plane at the moment here. So if you found this video on YouTube or you're in the Twitch chat and you know of any good search and rescue multiplayer servers, leave a comment. Drop me a note in the Twitch chat. Stop by on another stream. See what we're up to. I'm interested in finding some experiences like this, and I know there's a couple good ones out there that tend to be a little more populated. This one I'm sure is busier at different times, but so even that, getting the feel of how far you are off the ground, you know, being able to look over or look down through. I'm pointing, like you guys can see. I'm pointing down here by my pedals, but being able to look through the front nose of the helicopter and kind of see where you're at. You could move your view if you were playing in a different, you know, just 2D on the monitor, but for you to be able to just kind of peek over or look down through your peripheral vision as you come in makes landing a lot easier. So that was a successful mission. I think what we will do is I'm going to wrap up what we're going to clip for the YouTube video right here. And I will say thank you for watching. If you guys have not already followed on Twitch, come on over, twitch.tv/BlueEcho. If you're new to the YouTube channel, click that subscribe button and keep an eye out for more DCS videos and content, and maybe other stuff. I know the Apache's coming out. Flight Sim, Microsoft Flight Sim is supposed to have some good helicopter stuff that's coming soon. I think there's one helicopter that's been released there, but that will continue to expand. And follow along on the journey as we learn how to fly the Huey and the new Apache when it comes out. So we'll wrap it up here. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.